So give us some of the tools. I'm looking at one of the great articles that was in Better Homes and Gardens, and of course, in the book Coming Home, a seasonal guide to creating family traditions. I mean, some of the things you use are very simple, like candy, peppermint candy, or ribbons around the plate. So describe some of these tools that we could be thinking of to make this cozy experience.
Well, if we're talking about the holidays, it doesn't, as I said, it doesn't have to be expensive. I say a rule is, even if you have basic white dinner plates, then you can, embellish those as with a holiday set of salad plates. It doesn't cost very much money. Or you can use ribbons, tie the napkin with ribbons that can be reused. You can tie the place setting. You can tie the dinner plate with a ribbon, for a festive, like, let's say Christmas or Christmas Eve experience, or maybe even a dinner party. Candles, votives are fabulous. As I said before, light, there is nothing that brings more warmth to a home than simple candlelight. And lighting candles is another ritual, which goes back centuries and centuries and centuries, thousands of years. And so by lighting, you can mass out your table with votives. Votives are very inexpensive and easy to take care of. Mm-hmm. And they also signal a time, for, okay, it's time to relax, chill, and let's, gather together and have this meal together. And so that's another great, a great thing to have in your, and if you don't have china, borrow some. Maybe your grandmother or your mother has some that they're not using anymore, or a neighbor, maybe an elderly neighbor, they don't use it. They'd love to pass it on. It's the most recyclable thing that there is old china, and it's beautiful. And it's really wonderful. So there's so many economical ways that you can set a table. And, if not, you could go to, somewhere like Target and buy white plates, and then, maybe add in some holiday plates that you find somewhere that you use, again, every year.
What are some of the colors? What are some of the fun colors that you like besides the reds? And I always love the pop of that neon green, just to kind of.
I love that. Oh, that green is fabulous. That's really a fun color. Metallics are always big at Christmas time. They're fabulous. Any of the metallics, pewter, silver, gold, copper, all of them are wonderful because they're shiny and they bring light. That's what we want in the winter. Another fun thing is using pastels. The Europeans use a lot of, especially in France, they use a lot of pastels on the holiday table. And it's beautiful, like a minty green, it's just lovely, or peach. And, just plan your table setting around those colors. Maybe you have dishes that color, so add in some metallics to make it more holiday looking. And voila, you have this, whole kind of magical winter, kind of frosty landscape on your table.
I also note that you have created some fun little personalization for all of the people who are sitting at the table, the place cards, or almost like a little gifty. It just seems to make
gifts,
it
little favors. It's everyone loves to feel welcome, and when you sit down at the table, a place card is a welcoming thing. It doesn't cost anything. You can have your children make them. My daughter Francesca makes our place cards, and everybody loves them because they're made by, a member of the family, by a child, so they have this innocence. Another thing is, little candy favors, a little candy cane or a little dish, maybe you get a little package and tie it with some homemade cookies, as their favor. So you can do things that aren't expensive. Or go to the grocery store and get some festive candy and put them in a little cellophane bag and tie them with a pretty ribbon and put their name as a place card. It's like a little present. It's a surprise when you sit down at the table. Everyone loves that.
And it is so fun how you can use, mentioning the grocery store, if it's not candy, produce or just living things from your yard, and it just kind of adds to your own little special little fantasy world,
Yeah, I heard you earlier talking about going out in your yard and clipping, branches.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that your own, if you have a backyard, go out and gather. Now, right now, there's not, in the Northwest, there's not much.
Yeah.
But,
some twigs.
you can. There's evergreens. Which are wonderful. And I even love bare branches. I think bare branches are gorgeous. String some lights in them, put them in a tall hurricane vase. Yeah. Hurricanes are also beautiful. They're very magical, and you can put those in the center of the table, put some lights in them, or a beautiful, tall pillar candle. It's really amazing what light does during this time of year.
Yeah, like those curled willow branches. That's one of my favorite things.
Fabulous. Or go out on your tree. Maybe you have a deciduous tree. Cut, just some branches and put them in it. You'll be amazed how charming it is by using something natural and bringing it in the home.
So for those people who are listening and going, wow, I think maybe I can do some of this, what should we put on our to-get list to just kind of infuse something new and different to maybe we have the candy, we have some of the garden materials, we have some white plates, and maybe we have some votives, but we want to get one or two more things just to pop it up a little bit.
Well, I think, one thing that I do is I have some old ornaments from my grandmother, or maybe you have some extra ornaments. Get an old silver bowl, and in the book there's lots of examples of this, and fill it with beautiful old or just regular ornaments that reflect the light. Put that in the center of your table. It is the easiest centerpiece you can do. I have probably, right now, I'm looking in my house, I probably have 5 bowls of ornaments, and they reflect the light, and they're magical. They're like little bowls of jewels.
Or what about putting oranges with those cloves like we did as a kid?
Yes. Oh, those are fabulous. And the scent, we talk about the scents at Christmas time. I think that's something, being aware of all of your senses. And I talk about that also in the book.
Yeah.
Paying attention to your sight, the sound, the smell, and, and really celebrating what it is to be a human being by making those things available for us. Visual, and all the things.
And then passing it down, right, to the next generation.
I mean, this is a really cute story. My father, when in the 1950s, bought this Santa punch bowl. It's the head of the Santa, and then Santa mugs that are in the form of a Santa. And oh my gosh, those things have been, now the great-grandchildren have them. We fight over them at Christmas.
Yeah.
It's what I remember as a child, and my sisters, and, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, it's Papa's punch bowl.
Yeah.
So it's something that it's
special.
Even though, some relatives have passed on, it still retains the wonderful memories of all the past Christmas.
It's like they're right there with you, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, when you drink out of the mug, it's like, I remember my grandmother, I remember this, I remember that.
Well, so Rosanna, tell everyone your website where they can find your book and all these beautiful plates that you have always coming out. So many gorgeous.
You can go to Rosanna, R-O-S-A, it's www. Rosanna, ROSANNA, Inc.com. And the book's there, all of the dinnerware is there. You can buy salad plates and put them on top of your white dinnerware, and you can still get them in time for Christmas.
Awesome.
So,
and a great gift. Yeah. Thank you, Rosanna. I love your stuff, and thank you for carving out some time with us, and we will definitely have you back real soon, okay? You have a Merry Christmas. All right. Well, up next, we can't forget, besides the table setting and the traditions, a little nice, maybe a beverage or two to kind of mix things up. How about a great holiday punch? Well, we're going to talk with my friends from Imbibe magazine to really get that groove on for your Christmas. This is Cindy Dole, Home Wizards. We're back right after this.